The Philippines has been one of the top tropical vacation destinations for hundreds of years. Truly, this country has some of the best beaches, waterfalls, mountains, and more for any adventurous traveler out there. And with so much to find across the over 7,000 islands in this beautiful country, everyone will find something that you love about the Philippines and make you eager to come back. And with everything amazing about the Philippines, I'm shocked how many people around the world have not heard about Enchanted Kingdom, the Philippines' very own world-class theme park. Enchanted Kingdom has a large variety of attractions, multiple different entertainment offerings, and original park characters. It's truly one of the most unique theme parks in all of Asia. So how does Enchanted Kingdom create a theme park experience for all ages, but center everything in Filipino culture?
My name is Cesar Mario O. Mamon. I am the founder, chairman, and president of Enchanted Kingdom in the Philippines, the first and only world-class theme park. And we've been in business for the past more than 30 years.
What's it like to be the founder of a theme park?
When we came up with the idea, when a group of friends and I came up with the idea of a theme park, I used to be in agriculture before. Then someone gave us the idea of why don't you build a theme park, an amusement park? We had growing families then. We enjoyed going to seasonal carnivals, but there was no honest-to-goodness theme park that operated the year-round. I know how to plant sugar and take care of livestock, but I didn't know how to run a park except to ride the rides, to eat the popcorn, and to enjoy with family. It was really the way Filipinos want to enjoy life in good times and in bad, and to enjoy life with family, that we said, yeah, I think it would be a very good pioneering venture to have the country's first and only world-class theme park.
So Enchanted Kingdom has been a theme park staple destination for over 30 years, and I think there's lots of great theme park design choices here that are worth a lot more recognition. Because not only does this park have tons of attractions from high-speed thrills to family-friendly flat rides, the entire park feels like a nostalgic fantasy garden taking tons of elements from Disney-style parks, but still able to differentiate itself. And you'll see this throughout the different sections and lanes of the park, where it might feel something super similar to something you see in the States, but then looking into it a little bit further, you realize just how much uniqueness there is to this place. Starting with Victoria Park. This is the classic garden-style entrance area. This is a beautiful way to welcome guests into Enchanted Kingdom with fountains in the front, beautiful lush landscaping everywhere, and an old-school carousel right in the front with a Ferris wheel in the background. Really taking guests back in time into this fantasy garden paradise. I love this. This honestly might be one of the best theme park entrances of anywhere in the world. Next up is Boulderville, the kid-friendly area of the park. It's got some great attractions and some flat rides and a cool train. Definitely heavily inspired by the Flintstones. I think this dinosaur egg Ferris wheel is perfect. And honestly, this cool playground would have been my favorite thing in the world when I was a kid. There's Brooklyn Place, which might be my favorite themed area of the park. It has lots of great scenic work everywhere, from these fun photo opportunities and really cool detail theming, and it's also home to the Rialto 4D Theater. Feels very reminiscent of Muppet Courtyard in the New York section of Universal Studios. Eldar's Village has Alcatraz, their horror walkthrough attraction, along with Disco Magic and Twin Spin, the big spinning coaster in the park. Jungle Outpost, which has the log flume attraction Jungle Log Jam, and some smaller swan-like boats for something called Swan Lake. Midway Boardwalk is sort of a retro boardwalk style area, which has dodgems, and if you're American watching this, those are called bumper cars. And Roller Skater, a family coaster where the ride vehicles are roller skates. More of these kind of unique, silly designs for roller coasters, please. I think this one is awesome. It rocks! Or should I say, rolls? Because it's a roller. Portobello, which has the big raft ride Rio Grande Rapids, and Spaceport with Space Shuttle, an awesome coaster. It's also got paintball, a laser maze, and more. So you can see a lot of the influences from other theme parks around the world like Disneyland. Spaceport is their Tomorrowland, Jungle Outpost is their Adventureland, etc., etc. But it would be way too simple and honestly boring if they just did a replica of a Disney park in the Philippines. So many of the design choices here feel very intentional in creating a new and special theme park experience that you can only get at Enchanted Kingdom. Again, they have a roller coaster with roller skates as the cars. which is amazing. And I think the lighting and the park scenery here, especially at night, is really beautiful, and the vibes really capture that magical fantasy aesthetic everywhere in the park. Even things like the drop tower, which have a beautiful lighting package at night, really enhances the experience too. There's an astounding amount of detail in the theming for this park in the things like the signage for each of the different lands, or the different colors of the pavement, or the landscaping choices. Everything here feels like a giant party with so much excitement and anticipation from the minute you enter the gate. All of these are ways that Enchanted Kingdom differentiates itself from other theme parks around the world, and they do this a lot through their theming. And one of them, which you've probably already noticed by now, is who is this wizard guy? This is Eldar, the Enchanted Kingdom mascot. He's got a purpley robe, he's got a nice starry hat, and a big white bushy beard. And he's probably the most nostalgic and charming mascot for any theme park I've ever seen. He really matches the same kind of energy for this park, and definitely having a jolly, cheerful wizard as the main image for Enchanted Kingdom continues that magical fantasy theming throughout the entire park. And you can see Eldar or a version of him almost everywhere you go. I mean, this is pretty different than Mickey Mouse. You can find Eldar pretty much everywhere you look. And branding your park to have a mascot or icon that represents everything might feel really obvious, but it's actually these kinds of design choices that really help with theme park escapism, making you feel like you're in a totally new place. And it's not just having statues or a walk-around character, but it's really having your icon as part of the ticketing and the signage and everything that makes this park feel special. Also, he can dance. Besides Eldar the Wizard, the park has a big cast of original characters you can find throughout the park, all of which feel like a big cast of characters from a classic Saturday morning cartoon. And altogether, they really help make Enchanted Kingdom feel distinct and original. Wait, there's a Dairy Queen Blizzard mascot? Another design choice to highlight is Enchanted Kingdom's very specific color palette of green, yellow, and purple. You can find this pretty much everywhere throughout the park and even on the rides themselves. Feels very Mardi Gras inspired. But having a specific color palette is one of the many touches that keeps the theming consistent throughout Enchanted Kingdom. Why a wizard?
It was really given to us by our designers. So he really looks like Merlin, but I guess the features of Merlin are there. But we sort of adopted him, Eldar the Wizard, because he represents wisdom, central to Eldar the Wizard and then some other family of characters, because we don't have to pay royalties. I'm always tempted to bring in IP. We've looked before, but I guess our decision and our moving forward is really to develop our own slew of characters that we can promote, as I said, even outside the park eventually.
So one of the biggest draws to Enchanted Kingdom, especially compared to a lot of other parks in the world, is just how hard they go on shows, musicians, and live entertainment throughout the entire park. It seems like every few feet, you really don't have to go far to find singers, or dancers, or mascot performers, or meet and greets. And the entertainment offerings is truly a highlight for guests, and another way this park feels unique and catering towards local crowds what they're looking for in a theme park experience. Every area of the park has some kind of version of live entertainment or a dance style show, from Bollywood to Latin rhythms to swing and jazz to Victorian ballroom to Alien. And stage shows in the park like the Enchanted Kingdom Story Musicale, a Broadway style musical, SMS, a Filipino pop group, or Kingsman, a Filipino boy band. I love live entertainment. It's one of the things that I think makes theme parks so special, and it's cool to see a park that prioritizes putting so much offerings into multiple locations throughout the day that you'll probably stumble upon at least one or two shows at least like once an hour. Especially since now most theme parks, especially in the United States, are prioritizing rides, I think live shows, especially the ones you kind of just like stumble upon, Streetmosphere shows, are super important in building a unique vacation destination like Enchanted Kingdom. Now, one of the latest attractions, and probably really the main attraction for Enchanted Kingdom, is Agila, the Experience, spelled with a K. Got it? A flying theater attraction showcasing the natural beauty found throughout the Philippines. However, to basically just call this a flying theater attraction only, or basically soaring around the Philippines, isn't really a good description either. Essentially, this attraction takes guests through a story-based adventure following Eldar the Wizard and his endangered eagle companion to help restore the natural world. There's some fantastically well-themed pre-show rooms in here, and even the building itself is super cool. I love sort of this curved shape like the sun on the Philippines flag. The experience is 9 stories tall, uses amazing helicopter footage flying around the country, and a swelling symphony score, but all tying into the message about conservation and protecting the environment. This is exactly the type of attraction that I think lots of parks around the world that are focused in local and cultural theming should be implementing. Not only is Agila a great way to share what makes the Philippines so naturally beautiful, but it also acts as a great thesis statement for the entire Enchanted Kingdom park and the main adventure too. Not that every park around the world necessarily needs a flying theater attraction, but a lot of parks do need sort of that main showcase for all ages and guests to enjoy that also shows what does your park stand for.
So initially, the park was a typical American design theme park, and we had 7 theme zones, none of which were Filipino. We wanted our guests that once they're inside, they'll forget that they're in the Philippines. After about 2 decades of operation, we felt we had to give something back to the country. And we felt that it was very important to preserve Filipino culture and Filipino history. That's when we conceptualized Agila, the experience. Because when I first experienced soaring over California at the turn of the century, I said, given a chance, I want something like this for my theme park, but something with the beauty of the country. So that got us started into doing everything with something Filipino in it and moving forward.
So many of the design choices and features in Enchanted Kingdom not only serve international tourists, but also serve local crowds by proudly celebrating Filipino culture everywhere in the park. And that's more than just having an e-ticket attraction showcasing the beauty of the Philippines, but really priding themselves in being a place that creates and celebrates community. Enchanted Kingdom is constantly positioning itself for a place for birthdays, school trips, reunions, celebrations, and big group outings rather than only being a place for theme park fans or thrill seekers. And yes, every theme park does this, but rarely have I ever seen any footage of a solo traveler going to Enchanted Kingdom. It's almost always big groups of families and friends who want a place to have fun and hang out together. Like we mentioned before, this place is a big party. And you can see this in the design choices from large dining areas, large spaces for live entertainment throughout, and rides with capacity that can hold whole families really are ways that Enchanted Kingdom meets this demand for guests. And from a creative standpoint, having your own original characters, especially when it's things like endangered eagles found specifically in the Philippines, makes the park feel deeply rooted in its local identity, which is so much more unique than just borrowing characters from franchises or intellectual properties. Except you, Dairy Queen Blizzard Man, you can stay. Especially for theme park fans like me, who want to see original ideas with original park characters, Enchanted Kingdom is doing exactly that and not getting enough recognition. Here's the point, there are so many theme parks around the world that feel like they have bigger budgets and more resources, but they still can't pull off as high of a quality of an experience like Enchanted Kingdom. And for being a regional theme park, so much of what's offered here shows that you can still have textured scenic design, lighting packages, landscaping, live entertainment, and rides to create a full day experience. And I think it's these design choices that turn a theme park from only serving just a local regional crowd into a must visit for international tourists too. Too many times I've seen parks built in America for a local audience in mind that use that as their excuse to make things feel cheap or partially done. But Enchanted Kingdom puts all of them to shame by creating a full day experience with so much to offer that feels fully complete and designed.
It is in the nature really of Filipinos to go out as a family or as a group of friends, even intergenerational. The Filipinos are fun-loving. They almost do everything as a family and as friends. You should know that Filipinos are very entertaining, are very good at karaoke and dancing. So, because it's natural for Filipinos to sing, dance, and entertain. So we'd like to capitalize on that. That was one way of being assured that we would have a market from different age groups.
Now, I hope to see Enchanted Kingdom continue to get better over the next couple years and enhance itself, and I'd really like to see more of that kind of scenic design done in the Brooklyn area and then enhance it to areas like the Spaceport or Portobello area of the park. Really just ways to kind of enhance some of that theming with some extra signage and buildings and textured design could really go a long way. Also, I think adding things like a dark ride attraction and even some flat rides would not only be great ways to add more experiences for all ages, but also ways you could celebrate Filipino culture in the theming. Like, how about a jeepney themed ride vehicle? Like, a jeepney is a perfect idea for a ride vehicle, and Enchanted Kingdom could do that perfectly. And while Space Shuttle and Twin Spin, and especially Roller Skater, are varying levels of thrill and great fun coasters, I do think Enchanted Kingdom could benefit from an additional coaster or two. Maybe things like an S&S Flying Family Coaster or a Skyrocket 2 style coaster would be great additions for families and thrill seekers. Or what about an indoor roller coaster? Another indoor ride would be perfect for Enchanted Kingdom because, I don't know if you knew this or not, the Philippines is hot. Like, year round. Like, it never stops being hot, just all the time. So another kind of indoor attraction would be perfect, or even like an indoor water park would be perfect. And building a theme park celebrating Filipino culture with original ideas only makes this park more impressive, and I hope they continue that same style of design and theming in the future.
Our objective is to really convert Enchanted Kingdom into an integrated attractions destination. And we have been accredited and approved by the government to do so. So we have outlined our plans for 3, 5, and 10 years, and hopefully even before 10 years, that would keep guests at least for 2 nights or more. I think in everything that we'll put in, even if it's a coaster or even if it's a water park, it's very important that the educational angle is there, because it's also one way of justifying to our education ministry that it is worthwhile going to theme and amusement park, because it's not only rides and leisure, it's also edutainment.
So, what about you? Have you been to Enchanted Kingdom, and what do you think about this park, and what are some ways we can implement local culture and theming into making this park even better? Comment down below and let me know. And remember to like, share, comment, and send me some Filipino food because I miss lechon and halo halo. And subscribe for more thoughts on theme park design.